Children are the best candidates for time travel because of their adaptability to the stress of moving between past, present, and future. Andrew Basiago speaks of this because he was one of the 140 children recruited for DARPA's Project Pegasus, a secret U.S. program for the exploration of time. Today he is a lawyer in Washington State, but in 1972, at the age of 9, young Andrew Basiago entered a lucite chamber to be transported by vortal tunnel into the past. His mission was to observe President Lincoln delivering the famous Gettysburg Address. He was given to wear the military uniform of a Union bugle boy, complete with contemporary cap. After entering the lucite chamber, he transitioned through a series of chaotic, arching tunnels. The trip was so turbulent that he lost his army headgear en route. He stepped out onto a dirt road in Gettysburg, the fresh smell of ozone still in his nostrils. It was November 19th, and the Pennsylvania air was frigid. He looked down. He was wearing only one sock, and he had also lost both of his shoes. He was trained not to attract undue attention. If he caused any disturbance in the space-time continuum, the Pegasus Project would not be able to extract him from the past. He stripped off his remaining sock, tossing it into the bushes. Walking past him was an emaciated Union private in full uniform. Basiago called out to him, "Friend, which way Gettysburg?" The serviceman pointed down the road, which Andrew traveled for a half hour, walking past fields and farmhouses. He was cold and shivering. On reaching town, he stepped up onto the wooden sidewalk. This was the only place he saw buildings as high as 2 and 3 stories. A man of old age, walking with a pronounced limp, spied Andrew and shouted at him, "You're gonna catch the grip!" The man grabbed him by the arm, dragging him through the door of a rustic-looking storefront. He purchased for the boy some inexpensive second-hand clothing, a navy blue winter parka of the Union Army, a cap, and a pair of used shoes, at least 5 sizes too big. Next, Andrew made his way to the center of town, where Lincoln was scheduled to deliver his address. He could barely walk in the oversized men's shoes. There was nobody on the dais, which was a simple, flat wooden platform constructed in front of the local cemetery. Red and blue patriotic bunting had been strung along its edges. Andrew had arrived in 1863, a little earlier than was planned. He went to the very front of the platform, waiting for the president to arrive. There saw he a man who looked like his father, dressed as a farmer. He said, "Dad, why are you here?" The man replied, "I'm not your father, son, that I know of." After patting him on the head, the farmer disappeared into the crowd. Then Andrew's ill-fitting attire captured the attention of 2 officers of the Union Army. The junior officer questioned him, "What's your regiment, boy, and where are you bivouacked?" When the officers burst out laughing, Basiago moved off to the outer perimeter of the audience, which was now approaching a total number of about 1,000. At this point, accidentally, he became part of a picture taken at the event by Civil War photographer Matthew Brady. Andrew can be seen standing awkwardly in oversized shoes, striving to look inconspicuous. He then turned around when behind him arose an enthusiastic cheer which gave him chills. He saw President Lincoln dismounting his horse. His eyes followed the bobbing head of the president, who was 6'4" in height, as he made his way through the crowd. Suddenly, Basiago felt a tingling in his extremities and realized he was about to transition in an early return to his own time, just as Lincoln was climbing the steps of the dais. Way back in 2016, there were a number of unusual candidates running for president. One of these was the self-confessed time traveler, Andrew Basiago. He ran on a platform that the minimum wage be raised to $15 an hour, that Social Security be protected from tampering, and that the government be prohibited from spying on U.S. citizens.
Okay, they did not cover this in training, or at least the training that I went to.
Look, I can fix this, all right? I just got to get back to the snoop. We'll press the blue button, it'll be fine. I'm not going to...
That's a little thing I like to call shut up. Yeah.
I'm a floating head trapped outside of reality, so there's a good chance that I did touch the...
Well, hit the same button again.
There is no button anymore, and I think there's a good chance that I no longer have arms.
Look around you. What do you see?
The 70s?
Oh, damn gun.
I don't want to die by cyborgs Neanderthal.
And you just killed Shakespeare.
Quantum. That's good, right?
It is taking every ounce of me to not punch you in the face right now. It's gonna happen, though. Your face.